Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Retro Warriors episode 540. Woo! As always, I'm your host, Justin Baker, and as always, I am joined by viable human Chris Saturn.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Saturn. We made it. We're here. The end of the
Yay.
night. It's not even 10 p.m.
That's so early.
It's crazy early for us. So we got second show energy going on.
I'm gonna have so much time after this tonight.
I know. I'm going to get to go to
laundry.
bed at a reasonable hour. We say that we're going to record a 3-hour show.
Yay!
We already got a 20-minute pre-show.
Well, you know,
I
we
get
had
to
to
go-
get the cheese nips discussion out of the way.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. The ramifications of giving Guy the wrong kind of cheese-related cracker.
Yeah.
And what he would do if you did that.
Yeah.
No housekeeping. We're recording a day early. Again, no one will know that. I don't know why I
No.
keep saying it.
I don't know why you keep saying it either.
Because I'm going to a convention. Yay! I get to go play D&D for 4 days in a hotel in Longview, Texas, which is going to be great. And it was
bet.
the hotel room was so cheap that I'm very worried about it.
Well, it is in Longview,
It was so cheap.
right? But it's in Longview.
It is in Longview. Yeah.
Yeah.
My week.
Mhm.
Still lots and lots and lots of Battlefield 6. Said it last week or last episode. I'm right about 60 hours in the game, and that is almost exclusively multiplayer. I think I played 2 levels of the campaign and was like, this is boring, and left and went back to multiplayer.
Yeah.
And it's been a ride with all the shit EA keeps doing. I was upset because they added a new level.
Mhm.
They came out with their season pass thing or whatever, and they included 2 new maps. And one map was pretty much the same stuff that the rest of the game is, and the other one was like, it was a golf course, and you could get in it and drive golf carts around. And I was so excited because that's hilarious to be like a soldier in full gear with rocket launchers driving a golf cart at someone in a tank. You know, like I love that. That's stupid. I like that.
Fair.
Except that the new map only works in the Battle Royale mode,
Mm.
which I don't want to do that. I don't want to
Yeah.
play that. That's not.
Fair.
I'm here for Battlefield. And so
What's
I
the
was.
difference?
Battle Royale is like it's stuff like Fortnite and
Like when
Apex
it's got
Legends.
cheese on it.
Yeah, it's a Battle Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
No, Battle Royale games are like elimination-based games with shifting objectives. Traditional Battlefield to me is like Conquest. So there's like 6 points on a map, and you try to control the points, and that's it. That's the game. I'm not really and they have like loot drops in Battle Royale, and you have to like upgrade your gear and pick up better loot, and it's just very Fortnite-y. I just don't. It's not my bag. I'm not into that. I did play 1 round of it and was like, yeah, it's okay, but it's, I don't know. But because they launched the Battle Royale version of the game called RedSec, and it's free to play, but it's not a separate game. It's like smushed into Battlefield 6. So it's all like one piece of software split down the middle. It's very weird. It's almost like 2 different people are running this fucking company. And they don't know what each other is doing.
That's so weird.
It's almost like a recurring theme with EA.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of that. I've been playing it with Andrew pretty much every day at this point. I think we're putting in at least an hour or 2, which is how I racked up so many so quickly.
Yeah.
And it's been good. I've almost unlocked most of the stuff in the game. Not like cosmetics, but just like the different weapons and things. Because everything's got to have unlocks and RPG elements, so I got to make my bars go up, Saturn. I get daily quests in my online shooty gun game, and I got to log in and do my dailies.
You get your different guns that shoot different bullets.
Yes, well, they're the same bullets, but it might be at a different speed,
Oh.
you see. Some of them might shoot the bullet faster.
Does that affect gameplay?
It can, yes, because
Oh,
if you
weird.
shoot a bullet really far, it just drops off, you know.
Oh.
Also still playing some Vampire Survivors and a little bit of Balatro here and there,
Nice,
just
nice.
kind of the odd match.
Those are games I know about.
I'm very slowly still pecking away at Pokemon Crystal in the slowest, like I'll boot it up, do 5 battles, and then turn it off. And just doing it in the slowest possible fashion. I have realized that I've gotten completely lost in the game, and I'm dedicated to not looking anything up and just being lost for a really long time.
Yeah.
But still, man, I like Crystal a lot. It's really good. It's a good
Nice.
Pokemon game. And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
What do you been playing?
Not Battlefield.
Okay, yeah, great. Every game except for Battlefield.
Everyone.
So, so Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed.
I also gave EA money and I regret it.
Yeah.
So-
I don't regret it. I'll say this: I've enjoyed my time. There was Andrew was like 2 different times you told me you were going to install the game, and I was like, yeah, I kept getting mad at EA, and I was like, I said something. I was like, at some point, I just realized I spent $70 and I'm going to get my fucking fun out of this game, no matter what. And
It's
I
fair.
think I have.
So
anyway, you gave them
when-
money as well.
Yeah, when we did our Plants vs. Zombies episode a little while back, like the next week they had announced that Plants vs. Zombies
Yeah, the remaster. Yeah.
And I was like, I am going to try to put a little bit of faith in EA to make an offline product without DLC.
Uh-huh.
And it's only $20. I'll give them $20.
Yeah.
I think it was 20, around 20. Anyway.
How'd that go?
So it came out, and I finally decided to try it. First of all, the second that you open the app, and I got it on my Xbox, the second that you open it, it immediately asks you to log into your EA account.
For why?
And when I said no, it wouldn't start the game.
Oh my God.
I had to log into an EA account in order to play an offline video game.
I mean, I had to do that for Battlefield, but it's an online multiplayer.
video
She was
game.
like, that made sense.
Yeah. So I finally linked my EA and Xbox accounts, which took some doing. Because I have security on both of those accounts and they didn't like each other. And then Edge wanted to cause a problem because you can't just log in through the game itself. No, it launches the Edge browser on your Xbox to log in.
Oh, God.
And then that has to redirect back to the game. And then you remember that an Xbox is just Windows, and that comes with all the problems that Windows entails.
Uh-huh.
So that was a whole thing. But eventually they talked to each other and it worked. And so then it starts the game and it's Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting literally just the exact same game that I already had on my Xbox with slightly better graphics. But that's what it is.
At some point, we're the fools.
Yes. I thought that it was going to be I thought it was going to be any kind of remaster, like maybe a slightly different menu or something. But no, it literally is the exact same. It looks exactly the same, but with worse graphics. Also, it has worse music because they remixed the music in some way, and it all feels just slightly off and wrong.
Yeah.
It does have a fast forward mode, which that's something. That is a new feature that Plants vs. Zombies could have, but it also fast forwards the music.
Oh, that's a pet peeve of mine. I hate that.
And when it fast forwards the music, it pitches it up.
Mm.
So not only is it faster, but it is also higher pitched, and I hate all of that. So don't get this everything about this remaster is bad and cheap, and it feels like they phoned it all in while also making it worse. It's just
Is the original still available?
that I did not check because I already had it on my Xbox. So
yeah, let me check Steam, because if it is, it's not going to be forever.
Right. But yeah, if you can still get the original version, get that because it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It works fine.
You can. It's still available, and it's $4.99. So
that's the one you should get because
do
that's
that.
The you can still get the original Xbox 360 one on Xbox, and it is still $4.99.
Really, they do the PopCap Party Pack bundle thing.
Yeah.
That is Zuma, Peggle, Chuzzle, PVZ, and Bejeweled 3. Honestly, just it's $16. Get that. It's they're all good games.
Yeah.
Save yourself $5 and get a bunch of good games.
But yeah, it's not great. Apparently, there's some new features that you unlock eventually. I don't know if I want to go far enough to even get to them because also the game mode itself, like the standard game, they made it to where you auto collect sun by just moving your cursor over it. Which that's fine. That's
sure.
That doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, makes it a good bit easier, I imagine, but,
right.
you know.
But it also means that you're having to move your cursor around all the time on the console version, which, you would have had to do to collect Sun anyway. It's fine. But it just, the controls feel a little wonky compared to what I remember. Granted, I haven't played the console port in years because,
Right.
why would I? Yeah, I have it on PC. But it's just, also it feels very zoomed out when
It
you're
looked a
playing on
little
Xbox.
zoomed out.
And that just felt weird. It very much feels like I remember when we were discussing the news on it a couple weeks ago that they had mentioned that it was based on the Windows Phone version. It feels like it's based on a phone version.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
That's rough.
Yeah, don't do it.
Real
Don't get
rough.
that. Don't get that remaster. It's bad.
Again, original, $5.
Yes,
Get that.
$5.
It's good.
Get that one.
It's a good
Very
time.
good game.
Yeah. And if they ever pull it, it's on the repack sites. I've seen it and it works.
Yep.
So just throwing that
It's
out
out
there.
there.
Let's do some news.
Okay.
First up, Satya Nadella says the Microsoft Office playbook will turn Xbox into a, quote, fantastic publisher.
I hate everything
Is
about
he-
that sentence.
Is he talking about the same Microsoft Office that we're talking about? The shitty one that just redid its logos to make them look worse and keeps cramming AI into everything?
The one that makes jillions of money? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one that's subscription only and you can't ever purchase or own anything
you
ever.
You can buy it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can buy Office 2023, I think is the newest one. They're going to make it as hard as possible to buy it, but you can buy it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't know why I don't know why he would say this. I mean, granted, I know why I would say this. It's because they have an investor meeting or a shareholders meeting coming up in December.
Yep.
And they want to make the brand look as good and as profitable as possible. And Microsoft makes insane amounts of money with Office.
Yep.
So they want to be like, we're going to Office Xbox.
Yep.
And I've said it before on the show. I'm going to say it again. Xbox is going to be crucified on the cross meant for Copilot. I feel it that it's
That's
coming.
my fear.
It's not good. It's
No.
not good.
Nothing
rough
about
time.
it's good.
Claudune X3, which just came out, and I haven't played the new one, but the previous 3 Claudune games are really good. 1, 2, and then Sengoku. They're awesome little fun dungeon crawlers, but they have announced a Falcom, meaning Trails and Ease crossover, so you can have
It's really cute looking.
Trails and Ease characters in the new Claudune, which I really wanted to get, but it's $40 in digital only.
Yeah.
Like if it was $20 or less, 100% I'd be in on it. But like
Sure.
$40 digital only, I don't know.
And maybe one of the limited print companies will pick it up and make a physical.
That's my hope. I really want to support them because I really liked that. I played Claudune was on PSP, and it was just a really fun, simple, cute, silly dungeon crawler. Very much not the same kind of game, but in the same sort of vein as like Half Minute Hero, as far as like just sort of like goofy, JRPG adjacent dungeon crawlery type thing.
Right.
So I'm excited to check out the new one. I just keep waiting for a physical or a discount.
Nice.
Capcom has announced that the pre-order bonuses for the upcoming Resident Evil Requiem will include character skins for Fortnite.
I don't understand any of this. This is where I'm too old. This is when I was reading the news and I was like, oh, I'm so fucking old.
Well, but what is... to be fair, this is the Capcom that GOG said was shocked anyone wanted to play the old Resident Evil games.
True.
They've released them 700 times and remade them, but they don't know why anyone would want to play these old ones.
Well, yeah, because they made a remake. Why wouldn't you just play the remake?
Far be it from me to speculate on C-suites and executives not being able to understand this shit. But
very strange.
I don't. What is the Venn diagram of Resident Evil Requiem pre-order customers and Fortnite fans?
I don't know, but it's got to be enough that somebody in marketing was like, "Yeah, let's do that."
Because in my head, it's 2 circles that are barely touching.
Yeah, that would be my thought too. But I will say Resident Evil 7 and also Resident Evil 8 with its tall vampire lady both brought in a huge audience of Twitch streamers.
Oh, okay. All
and
right.
So there's a chance that the Twitch market of people who, would be potentially playing Fortnite may have become recent converts to Resident Evil, and they might be interested in this. I don't know, because I don't understand any of this, Justin.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense to me.
Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting another big free upgrade, as well as a paid Switch 2 edition, which is cool, but it doesn't look like the Switch 2 edition is going to include the existing DLC.
Oh, really?
So that kind of sucks. It's not. I don't know. For people that like the games complete on cart, I don't think this is going to be that.
No.
Which is, I think Nintendo's going to be done with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But cool. It'd be cool to see the upgrade. I don't know that New Horizons really needed it. It runs great.
Maybe it just runs a higher res or something.
Yeah, maybe just higher res. It would be cool.
Yeah.
Nintendo has won their lawsuit against the Twitch streamer who kept streaming pirated pre-release Switch games and saying that Nintendo couldn't do anything about it. Turns out,
yeah,
they
Who would've
can.
thought? Yeah,
Can, and they did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know what this kid was thinking.
I don't like to side with Nintendo ever, and I'm not siding with them, but also like it's just kind of doing blatantly illegal shit and then saying, "What are you going to do about it?" They're going to sue you.
You were really asking for it there.
Of all the companies to say, "What are you going to do? Sue me." Don't say it to Nintendo.
Seriously.
Fans are porting Castlevania to the Atari 2600. So
I gotta
there
say,
you go.
Did you look at this?
I saw a couple screenshots.
That is so impressive looking for an Atari 2600 game.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to play
yeah.
it because I know what an Atari 2600 controller looks
Right,
like.
I know how it's going to run. Yeah.
But that looks really impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Modders are bringing the content from the PSP War of the Lions release to the PC version of the new Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. It'd be really cool if Square Enix did that to my PlayStation copy.
No,
I would
that's
be
not,
happy
No,
if they went and did that. Go ahead, that'd be great.
No. No.
I'll take it.
See, why would anybody want that when they just made the new version?
I don't know. I lost my place. There we are. Take-Two Interactive fired multiple employees who were involved with the unionizing efforts at Rockstar. And I've read some headlines and a couple articles here that this is pretty insidious.
Well, fortunately, that's illegal, so I'm sure that the executives responsible will be brought to swift justice.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Sue them?
Yeah.
Please sue them. Amiga/Genesis classic James Pond is getting a retro collection on all modern platforms.
That's weird. I did not expect that one.
So,
did you ever play any of those?
No, I never did.
Oh, yeah. I rented them a couple of times back in the day on Genesis, and not my thing.
The cover looks to be using AI art, which previous covers from this developer have also used, so that's disappointing.
Yeah,
but,
it looks pretty cheesy.
It is. Hopefully that doesn't also apply to the product itself.
Right.
A late prototype build of Splatter World, the unreleased sequel to Famicom's Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti, has been found, dumped, and preserved.
I'm pretty stoked about this.
You can now go play this weird sequel to a weird Splatterhouse.
Yeah, did you play Wanpaku Graffiti?
No. Splatterhouse games kind of freak me out.
It's a chibi Splatterhouse.
Oh yeah, I have seen this one. I might have played this one.
Yeah,
because I remember I've either played it or looked at it. I remember
it's
this
so
one.
cute. It's so cute and neat, and I just really like the theme of horror mixed with cute graphics. That's I love that intersection, and the Splatter World looks like it's that with RPG elements. So I'm curious to actually try it.
Yeah, for sure. Linux finally hits the 3% mark on Steam.
Saturn,
it's
the year of the Linux desktop.
Year of the Linux desktop.
We've made.
I love that Year of the Linux desktop has been a meme for so long that desktops aren't really even a thing for like non-gamers. Yeah. Year of the Linux desktop. It's like Year of the Linux typewriter. Like, we're a little late.
Well, it's because we're never going to have Year of the Linux mobile phone.
This is, look, if we can dream. This is really exciting still. I also had been seeing some articles saying that like something like 98% of Windows games run in Linux now, which
Yeah.
granted, I think that number is like, when they say run, they mean in the most legal sense, like
Right.
the game will run.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that 98% of all Windows games are fully playable and
Right, right,
easily
right.
enjoyable in Linux.
But a lot of them are these days.
A lot of them are.
Especially
These
anything that
strides
is
that have been
offline.
made. Yeah. I know that we already give Valve probably too much credit for things, but the Steam Deck really pushed that forward a lot. And of course, that was all on the backs of years and years of people contributing to projects like Wine and similar virtualization softwares. So it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, indeed.
Year of the Linux desktops finally happened. It's finally
about time.
AMD has announced that RDNA 1 and RDNA 2 video cards will now get video driver updates in maintenance mode, meaning that they may not continue to receive game-specific patches or feature updates going forward.
That's so. Let me kind of explain this.
Yeah,
for
give some
people
context.
who are not
yeah.
specifically techie on this particular front. So, when they make the video drivers, it can basically tell the OS how to use the video card and display things, but a lot of games need these very specific fixes in order to work. And if the driver isn't updated for that specific game's weird quirks and fixes, then you can end up with weird performance issues in each individual game. And AMD has just decided they're not going to do that anymore for these cards. Now, for the record, the RDNA 1 cards came out in 2019, RDNA 2 in 2020. So these are a few years old, but not that old. These are things that are still sold, but more importantly, they use RDNA 2 GPUs in the PS5 and the Series X and S and the brand new Xbox ROG Ally and in the Steam Deck, among many other the handheld PCs. And AMD is just going to stop shipping game-specific updates to these devices that are still sold in stores brand new. That's
not only is it nonsensical, but it's insensitive to a market that is coming out of some of the worst GPU shortages we've seen in our lifetimes and going into some of the worst memory shortages we've seen in our lifetimes.
And what's frustrating is when AMD released a statement and people started calling them out on it, AMD's response was, "Oh, we're sorry, you misinterpreted us. What we meant is it's going in maintenance mode." And you people just didn't understand our statement. And they're like, "No, that's what we literally just asked you about. Why is it in maintenance mode?" "Sorry, you misinterpreted us. What we meant is it's in maintenance mode."
Yeah.
Like, that's not an answer. That's just being condescending about it.
Yeah.
That's very
it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see PC hardware continue to get the shaft.
And it's frustrating to me because they're really the only major competitor to NVIDIA. And I don't want NVIDIA to have 100% market share. But if AMD keeps doing stupid shit like this, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's okay. It's not like NVIDIA's on some kind of meteoric rise right now, Saturn, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like they hold 93% of the GPU market or something.
Right. And there's definitely not alarming things going on with NVIDIA as far as like what may or may not happen to the market in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
This is fine.
All fine. This is fine.
Speaking of fine, Soulja Boy announces his new gaming handheld, which is literally just an unlicensed, rebranded Retroid Pocket Flip 2 or Pocket 4. And Retroid came out and was like, "We don't understand how he can do this. We have the patent for this in the United States. You can't just sell our product and say that it's your product."
Yeah, they just immediately came out and like, no, we didn't license this. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I imagine there's a lawsuit in Soulja Boy's near future.
Yeah.
I think if I were to guess what happened, I mean, honestly, what's happening is he's trying to swindle people, right?
Right.
But
again,
like he did before with his previous emulation devices.
Right.
But I think he got away with it before because Chinese emulation devices used to be these no-name, off-label things that you could kind of drop ship them, resell them, whatever. Nobody really knew or cared, or a lot of them weren't registered in the United States. They were ordered directly from the factories or whatever in Hong Kong. Yeah. But now it's like no. This has now become its kind of own boutique sub industry within gaming, and these people are registered with the United States patent offices, and some of them have United States offices, and like they're more legitimate now.
Yeah.
You can't just rip their shit off.
Or you just put
like
your
this
name on
anymore.
it and sell it.
Right. The only thing I can think, I don't know, it's one of two things. He either bought a bunch of Retroids and like took the labels off, or he got in contact with the factory that's manufacturing them and was like, hey, do a run for me with no labels, and he's just going to resell them, which is the more likely thing.
And both of them are stupid options.
Yeah. Several delisted Xbox 360 games suddenly showed up on the Xbox store with coming soon labels. Why?
So there's a couple theories. One is somebody fucked up and put the wrong date on these things that was supposed to be the like expiration date and instead became a new coming soon date. That's possible. The other theory that people have is that all of the games that popped up were all delisted backwards compatible games that are currently playable on Xbox One if you either already purchased them or have a disc. And they think that this is a back-end thing that is eventually going to make them playable on the Windows Store for the upcoming Xbox handheld PC hybrid, whatever bullshit.
Oh,
thing.
that makes sense. I like it. I like the mislabeling theory.
That's my favorite one because that just shows more incompetence at Microsoft.
Someone at Samsung fucked up. Wario64 shared this screenshot, and it was like a Samsung deals pop up, and I guess they automate them, so whenever they add new products, it like pushes out a notification that's like, oh, such and such new deal, you buy it now.
Yeah.
And it was like a notification from the Samsung store, and it said $15 tariff surcharge going fast or whatever, because they had added it to their store and then it got pushed out as a new product.
Nice. I got a email from the Google store the other day saying that if I act fast, I can save on a I think it was a Pixel 4, and it said this deal ends in 2019 or something. and then they sent a follow-up email a few minutes later saying, sorry, that deal expired years ago. We didn't mean to send that yet out.
I got a notification today from my PlayStation app on my phone that just said game is on sale.
I got a notification from my PlayStation credit card the other day saying that I could save an extra 5% if I do cash back on groceries or something. And then I got the same email 7 times in a row within an hour, followed by a follow-up email saying, sorry, that email wasn't supposed to go out till next week.
I suspect in all these instances, AI might be running more than we want or suspect.
That is my fear, yeah.
Just kind of wondering.
Something's a little broken right now.
Square Enix, Bandai Namco, Studio Ghibli, and other Japanese studios have demanded that OpenAI stop training on their work.
They haven't, legally demanded it yet. They have just said they want them to stop.
Yeah, they won't. But
I think
I also wish they would.
I think the hint is that eventually they will consider legislation or not legislation, legal action. But as of now, they have not. But it does sound like Japan is being slightly more serious about this than the rest of the world is, which good on them.
Good, yeah. They got that one right.
All right.
Ponkel and Games Workshop announced Warhammer Survivors. It's Vampire Survivors, but it's Warhammer.
This seems like it's up your alley.
Oh, I'm super excited on this. I love, I think I've talked about it before on the show. Like, Warhammer is inherently satirical and silly, and I think sometimes in recent years it gets treated as like, no, this is serious. And it's like, no, it's dumb. It's a dumb thing. It's goofy.
Orcs
the goofiness
are serious.
The goofiness is supposed to be how hard that they're committing to how serious it is.
Right.
It's like Gwar. Like, they're serious, but it's silly. You know what I mean? Like, they mean it, but also it's silly. And so I'm down for this. I kind of wish it was just an expansion pack, but who knows? I suspect their license with Games Workshop was probably like, no, it needs to be a discrete software title or something. But I'm interested to see, and at the end of the day, it's more survivors from Ponkel, so I'm down for it. Yeah. I'd love to see more crossover Survivors games. Give us a Sonic Survivors. Give us some, whatever. I don't care.
Right. When you mentioned Gwar, I looked to see if they were still active.
Oh yeah, they're still around.
Yeah, and have you seen the Wikipedia picture for Gwar?
No.
One of them's got cow udders over his crotch. I love Gwar. They're dumb as shit. Anyway, sorry.
Oh. Steam Deck is finally getting a mode to download updates with the screen off. Oh my God.
Without booting into desktop mode, which you could have done
It's
this whole time.
been years. I'm so excited. Oh, you sent me the cow udder picture. Oh my God.
That's so good.
Cloud streaming is now available on PS Portal for PlayStation Plus subscribers, which I am. I haven't tried it yet. I probably won't give a shit, and it will suck for me. So whatever.
Well, maybe you could take it with you on your vacation. It'll work in the
Oh,
hotel.
I'm taking
or
my
something.
PlayStation on vacation.
Oh, well, I was just saying that maybe it'll stream in the hotel better than it will at your house.
I don't know. My experience with the hotel Wi-Fi is that it's just slower than my shitty home Wi-Fi.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know
used to
hotels
hotel
are bad.
Wi-Fi.
I just didn't know how bad your internet
Oh
was.
yeah. Last few
Okay.
hotels I've been in is like 5-10 megs down.
Yeah, that's about what I get average in a hotel.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. PCSX2 is now compatible with over 95% of PS2 games.
Which is nice.
So good on them. This is
Right?
very exciting. PCSX2 has been really hitting some major milestones lately.
Absolutely.
Makes me glad
And
to
it's
see
just
it.
a really good emulator and should be
Oh, yeah.
supported. So
Oh,
if,
yeah, for
if you were
sure.
even remotely interested in PS2 games, you should give it a go.
Which brings us to our topic at hand,
Does it?
which is favorite bosses.
Oh.
For synopsis, you wrote all about that one guy we worked for at Arby's.
He is the best boss.
And I didn't get it for the longest time until I realized it's favorite bosses. Because in my head, it was top 10 bosses. Because this
Oh,
is
no.
indeed yet another top 10 list
Yes.
that we're going to be doing. Because we did every retro game ever, and we did
Yeah.
Katamari. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, so now we just
Did
get
all
to
of them.
talk about Todd from Arby's. For the record, neither of us have ever worked at an Arby's.
No, we've not been cursed.
But Todd
to,
is still the best boss.
cursed to
just-
walk the earth such that we would work at Arby's.
I can't think of Arby's without thinking of that one Onion article from the 90s that was Arby's opens up a roast beef all-you-can-eat, hands-only buffet, and it's just people grabbing fistfuls of beef.
I always think about that one Reno 911 bit
Oh, God.
where they find a guy like shot in his apartment floor, and there's a bag of Arby's on the table, and they're trying to solve the crime, and they keep reenacting it, and it always starts with, "So I come in with my piping hot bag of Arby's." That's all I ever think about. My piping hot bag of Arby's.
Yeah.
God damn it, you shared it.
Oh, no.
Arby's now charging $2.99 to let customers I can't even read it. Go behind counter and grab handfuls of roast beef. His second show energy, everyone. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Let us have this.
Let
we're
us have
talking
our
about-
handfuls of roast beef.
Talking about video game bosses. We do have a scope, which is that we're just taking a break from all the tedious note taking, and we're coming out of some really big RPG episodes and stuff. We're going into the holidays. I'm coming up on vacation. It's Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks. We're busy.
Yeah.
Life is busy. So we just want to take it easy for an episode.
Yeah.
Anything that is a boss style challenge is valid. No rules. It's just kind of hanging out, talking about cool boss encounters that we like, sort of ad hoc conversation. I say as if we don't have 5 pages of meticulously written out notes still. But you did put an important note in here, which is due to the nature of bosses, this list may include spoilers, so just broadly beware,
Be aware we're going to spoil the stage selection screen in Mega Man.
You do fight Bowser in Mario. I don't
Sometimes.
sometimes. As far as initial thoughts, I had a really hard time kind of thinking how I want to break this down because I don't like boss fights.
Oh.
Boss fights make me anxious. They're often, I'll just talk about it. So I kind of break boss fights in my head down into a few categories. The big ones are skill check bosses, which are you good enough at the game? Right.
Yeah, I call that the final exam boss.
Yeah. There's knowledge check bosses, which are you don't really have to be good, but you do have to have an understanding of all the mechanics that have been introduced, or maybe it's a boss that is specific to one mechanic, and they want to make sure you understand this one mechanic really well.
Fair, yeah.
And so they're more about knowledge than they are about skill. And then the final style of boss is kind of the gimmick or novelty boss, which is just weird, out of left field, maybe just exists to be cool and splashy or whatever.
You left off the weakest kind of boss, which is
what's that?
The damage sponge, where it's literally just a regular encounter, but you have to do it longer.
I think I'd dump them into skill checks probably,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's definitely the battle of attrition bosses, which they exhaust me.
Yeah, I don't like those.
They exhaust me so much. It's tough. It's tough. So in addition to these bosses or these categories for bosses, I was also kind of thinking about like what makes a good boss encounter. A big one for me is spectacle. It should look cool. It should feel cool. It should be exciting.
Yeah.
And I also realized when making this list that I really, really, really like bosses that are really easy to cheese or cheat your way through.
I also realized that as I was writing notes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what I love is you could do this and then skip the whole boss fight. And so I was realizing that as I was writing.
I almost added one to the list that you can skip, and decided to remove it from the list because I actually haven't played that far into the game to reach him yet. I've only read about it a lot, but it's so exciting that I wanted to talk about it anyway.
Well, look, there's no rules. We do whatever we want.
All right, so I'm going to throw that one in as a bonus right now, is the end from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, yeah, the sniper guy, right?
Yeah, because apparently if you save the game at the beginning of the fight, turn off your PlayStation for a couple of days, and then turn it back on and load your save, he's died of old age. And that's brilliant. That every boss should have that. I want every boss in every game to die of old age if I go do something else for a while.
Yeah, or maybe if you just pause it for a while and come back, they went off to the bathroom or something, you can run by real
just walk
quick.
by, yeah.
Really, MGS3 had some really cool bosses in general. Really, Metal Gear in general has some really cool bosses. I think we'll talk about one of them near the end of the episode.
I do want to say, I have the opposite take of you, because boss fights are usually my favorite parts of the game.
Oh, no, I dislike boss fights.
And I could do without almost every other encounter in a game if it's just like stage boss, stage boss, stage boss, and no regular enemies. Get rid of all of them. I just want the bosses.
I'm going to go through my picks backwards because my most important one is first here. So I'm going to start at pick 5, and I'll kick us off.
All right.
I chose for one of my bosses Phalanx from Demon's Souls.
That's one of those Souls-likes games.
It is one of them Souls-likes. It was the first one before Dark Souls. So the Asylum Demon in Dark Souls gets a lot of praise. I don't really like the Asylum Demon. For people that haven't played Dark Souls, it's the first boss that you run into in the little tutorial level, and it's way too powerful for you. You can beat it. It is possible. But it's there, mechanically to kill you. That's why the Asylum Demon exists.
Yeah, that's why I turned it off.
And so a lot of people love that. They're like, oh, it sets the tone for the game. That I guess it does. That's cool. But I liked Phalanx from Demon's Souls. So Phalanx is in 1-1 in Demon's Souls, and up to this point of the game, so this is 1-1, the first area, you've encountered some weird stuff, but mostly it's just kind of like zombie-style enemies and some like zombie knights and stuff. There's not really been a lot in the way of like weird creatures. There's been there's a section where you can hit a couple of like weird blobby-looking things, and they're kind of weird, but it's not much, right? There's not much in the way of like crazy stuff happening. And then you get to the boss arena for 1-1, and it is Phalanx. And Phalanx is this gigantic mound of these black, like, ooze creatures, and they're covered in this dome of shields with spears sticking out. So it's literally just a gigantic Phalanx dome full of creepy, weird, black ooze creatures. And one, I like it because it's kind of surprising. I remember the first time I played it, not knowing about Souls-likes games. Of course, everybody knows about them now and From Software and all that. So you'd expect this kind of stuff, but it was like the game took a kind of horror turn. So tonally, it's this shift where kind of like the Asylum Demon, where you're like, oh, I'm suddenly realizing that this game is more than just stabbing zombies in stairwells. There's something more sinister and creepy going on here. But what I really like about it is, so Phalanx is he's basically a monkey bread, right? He's a monkey bread of black blobs.
Okay.
And without a fire attack of some type, he's really tough. But if you have some fire bombs, it just annihilates the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But then he starts breaking apart into dozens of little individual blobs. Just a really cool boss fight that took me by surprise. It set the tone for the game. It's easy to cheese. It's tough, but it's not like you're not supposed to lose it or anything. But I've definitely died to him before, you know. It's just a really cool boss fight. Still one of my favorites. And it's one of those things where a lot of bosses in Souls games are like big and swingy and fast, or they seem impossible. And this guy just kind of creeps around. It's kind of that Michael Myers vibe of like it's coming to get you, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, that's Phalanx for me. I like Phalanx over the Asylum Demon.
I was trying to look up a picture of him, and I just was looking at the DuckDuckGo image search, and one of them was a website. There was a fan art of him, but for some reason, my browser size on my second monitor was small enough that it tried to truncate fan art, and so it put the little dots in the middle, so it just says FA.RT.
Perfect. Well, just imagine monkey bread with shields on it. That's
I
what
saw the picture of him. It just says fart underneath, and I couldn't not think of fart now. Anyway,
what's your first pick here?
I'm going with the Golem. A recent one from a brand new game, Golem from Dragon Quest I in 1986.
Yeah.
So I've always like we mentioned the cheese factor, being able to just cheese through a boss, and this was the first one that I remember that I was able to completely cheese back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I first played Dragon Quest I 35 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been a little while. And as long as you read the dialogue and talk to the villagers, one of them is going to tell you about the fairy flute and how the golem fell asleep when it encountered the fairy flute. And then you go find the fairy flute, and then you go encounter the golem, and you play the flute, and then it just goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just asleep, and you just wail on it. And it does nothing to you. And if it wakes up, you just play the flute again, and it falls asleep, and then you wail on it some more. And I'm just a big fan of a boss that literally can't fight back at you so long as you know the strategy, so long as you've paid attention.
It's like the encounter is less a skill test and more just rewarding you for being thorough.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And if you don't have the flute, it's a really tough encounter. That thing can tear you up. But if you have the flute, he's just gonna sleep. He's very sleepy. Yeah. I get the same kind of vibes as kind of a bonus entry from the Naval Piranha in Yoshi's Island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that boss or not, but it's just
I don't know.
So the bosses in Yoshi's Island all start as just regular enemies, and then Kamek comes in and sprinkles his little magic Kamek powder on them, and they turn into these giant, oversized enemies. And
canonically, I think it's PCP.
Right? Yeah, he just throws some PCP at him. And the Naval Piranha is the only one that you can kind of see as you scroll into the screen before the boss starts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just scroll the screen enough so that you see him and you launch an egg at him, it'll just kill it like any other piranha plant. And then and then it's dead. And when you walk into the screen and it does the whole animation and Kamek comes in, he scrolls onto the screen, sees that it's already dead, and just says, "What?" And then he just runs off and the stage is over. And I love that. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah. My next one here is Huge Hermit from Metal Slug 3.
Just a really big guy lives in the middle of nowhere.
It's a Huge Hermit crab.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Metal Slug games are already kind of known for cool screen-filling bosses before the third game even happened, but the third game really goes nuts with it.
Yeah.
All the bosses in Metal Slug 3 are really great, but the surprise of Huge Hermit at the end of the first level really, it sets the tone for the rest of the game, and it's just super weird and fun. So as you get near the end of the level, you start walking down this little, it's like a pier, like a wooden pier over water. And a gigantic hermit crab loaded with guns and cannons bursts out from behind you. and is now chasing you. It's a forced scrolling to the right thing, and he's chasing behind you. So it's fun. It's cool. It's splashy, but it also tests your skills in running and gunning. So you have to run, stop, turn around, shoot, and then continue running forward.
Unless you're in a tank, then you can just point backwards while you're driving.
Yeah, and they drop a tank right there, but he's also firing cannonballs, so your tank's probably going to get destroyed if you're not used to fighting Huge Hermit. But it's just a really fun boss fight. It's not too difficult. It's really splashy. It's a cool like chase scene. And I like it a lot. It's one of my favorites. Really, Metal Slug 3 has a few really good bosses. I think the giant robot's really cool. But it's Huge Hermit's always my favorite one.
Yep.
Sometimes
I'll just Slug are pretty solid too.
Sometimes I'll just sit down and play the first level of Metal Slug 3 just to encounter him again because he's fun. Yeah. What's your second?
And there's something good about giant enemy crab, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Next, I will go with Beauvoir from Nier Automata. This is the opera singer boss that you encounter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. First of all, it looks really cool. Like that's just a really cool, neat design, and the music is awesome. This is the sequence where I knew that I was going to really just get into this game, because I was still kind of on the fence at this point because I couldn't tell if it was more fan servicey or more weird. And this is when I realized it was just going to go really fucking weird, because you have all the dead androids all over the arena that it uses as weapons against you. Is basically your old colleagues have become bombs, and that's really neat. I like that. This is where I learned that if I even if I don't care for the mechanics in a boss, if it's themed cool enough, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those. And then also when you get to New Game Plus and all the additional story and dialogue that comes from New Game Plus, you learn the Beauvoir's backstory is just really fucking tragic and sad, because it's all about effectively, again, spoiler, identity disorder. She keeps seeing herself in the mirror as not attractive, and so she keeps trying to make herself more and more beautiful, mostly by eating people.
Yeah, like a dysphoria type thing.
Yeah, it's a physical dysphoria. Yeah, and it's really depressing and sad, which makes me feel bad that I've already killed her once in the main game, and now I have to kill her again in New Game Plus. But she is trying to kill me, so there's that.
That's true. It's fight or flight.
Right. Yeah.
It feels weird going after this very sad one with my next one, which is Dry Bowser,
which is also very sad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Bowser lost all his skin.
Yeah, in the war,
and
the skin war.
This in the great canonical Super Mario Brothers skin war.
It's a side
the foreskins went first, and then they came back for more.
Yeah.
No, Dry Bowser. So to begin with, Dry Bowser is already both awesome and cool.
Mia, they took my foreskin.
Nintendo, you can have that one for the new Mario movie. You can just take it, put it right in there. That's yours.
That's all for you.
Dry Bowser is already cool. It's skeletonized Bowser, which is neat. I like that.
Yes.
And the fight starts like a traditional Bowser encounter where you got to run and like hit the switch and drop him off the bridge, and so it's a cool throwback in that regard. But then the Koopa Kids come and resurrect him into a gigantic Dry Bowser.
Yeah.
And the rest of the fight is like a forced upward scrolling section with him attacking you until you reach the top, and then he's engulfed in lava.
Yeah.
It's really dramatic. It's surprisingly it's dark and sinister.
And stressful for a Mario game, too.
Yeah, for sure. Really one of the more cinematic boss fights that Bowser has ever gotten.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy Dry Bowser in New Super Mario Brothers 2, which I feel never really got its dues for some reason.
I think it's because of how heavy the coin mechanics were kind of detracted from.
I guess, but who doesn't like picking up coins?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, all right. Now be honest with me. If there's a coin on a cliff and you might die jumping to get it, you're going to still try to get that coin.
No,
really?
I'm the guy when the Nintendo World Championships happened, the goal was to get 40 coins on Super Mario Brothers, and when I was doing the tryouts, I intentionally avoided coins to see how far I could get in the game before I got the 40th coin, which I learned was not the correct answer.
Right.
Actually.
No, not right. Not
But
the right way to do
but
that.
it was what I wanted to do because I didn't want to get the coins.
Yeah. What's your next one here?
This one's underwhelming, but Woodman from Mega Man 2.
Woodman.
Okay, so hear me out. One, he's not that great of a boss. He's
No.
really easy. He kind of looks stupid and dumpy.
He looks really stupid. He looks like a man wearing a stump.
Yeah, he's kind of dumpy. But this was the first Mega Man boss that I ever beat when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Because like I had played some Mega Man 1, but that game's really hard. And then Mega Man 2 came around, and I rented it, and I tried all the different stages and got as far as I could in each one. And then with Woodman, for some reason, I got right to him and beat him immediately. And when you're however old I was when Mega Man 2 was still relevant, like 6 or 7 years old, beating a boss on the first time you get to it, that's exhilarating, right?
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
And so he's always had a warm spot in my heart, despite how dumpy and stupid he is. Also, since we're talking about cheesing bosses, if you fully charge the Heatman weapon, you can kill him in one hit. And that's cool too. I'm all for bosses that die in one hit.
It always feels like either Woodman's stage is kind of the canonical first Mega Man 2 stage to me.
I always do
I don't
Airman
know.
first these days.
Really?
Yeah.
I always went Woodman. I think because his stage just felt a little easier than the rest,
Oh, definitely
it's the
is.
same way where in my head, like in Mega Man X, Chill Penguin is the canonical first stage.
Well, that's where you get
like,
the
I don't-
boots.
I don't think there's any canon for any of it.
Right, yeah.
Because that's why you have stage select. But like in
Yeah.
my head, that's the one you start with is Woodman.
That's fair. And he does go down pretty easy. I do Airman first these days just because he is weakest to the standard weapon. But yeah, Woodman still goes down pretty quick.
My next one here is Shadow Link.
Nice.
Specifically Zelda 2 Shadow Link.
Yeah.
people
Much easier
that
than
don't-
Ocarina of Time Shadow Link.
Oh, yeah. People that don't remember, Shadow Link is the final boss in Zelda 2. You fight the final boss, and then you go into the next room.
Right.
And then, surprise, your Shadow's here.
Yeah.
We don't know how or why, but there it is.
I always thought that Shadow Link was meant to be the final boss because that boss before him, the Thunderbird, just kind of sucks.
Yeah. In addition to just being a cool idea that's well executed, it's a really easy boss to cheese.
Yeah.
Everyone our age and older knows for Shadow Link, you crouch in the corner and just hit the attack button and he dies.
Just
But
how
I don't know.
all
The
bosses should go down.
Shadow Link was always just really cool to me, and the way they presented it is cool. Like you're walking right into the chamber to like save Zelda or whatever. Which doesn't really make sense now that I think about it, because isn't she in the temple where you started? So
No,
how does
you're-
she get to this?
You're going
Oh.
into that chamber to get the Triforce so that you can go back.
Oh,
and save
that's
Zelda.
what it is.
Yeah.
Because she's back at the place.
Yeah,
You're going to get
he's
the
at the
Triforce. So you
palace.
walk in the room to get it, and that's when Shadow Link pops up.
Yep.
It's got this cool flashing moment. It's just neat. I always thought it was really neat. It was one of the
Yeah.
cooler boss fights. And it's easy to cheese, and so I could fight Shadow Link if my brother would get me to Shadow Link, because I sure as hell couldn't get there.
Oh my god, that gauntlet just getting to the final palace is absurd.
Yeah, it's a crazy hard game. But no, Shadow Link's always held a special place in my heart and has stuck around in Zelda lore. I think Shadow Link was in as
Ocarina.
recently as Link Between Worlds had a Shadow Link, didn't it? Yeah.
Kind of. It had an alternate
Sort of,
link.
in a way.
Yeah.
A spiritually Shadow Link. Shadow Link also kind of lives on in Smash as an alternate color
Rise
scheme.
costume. Yeah.
And was in Ocarina. I
yep.
think Shadow Link's been in some other Zelda games. I can't remember which ones though, but I'm sure Guy's yelling into his muted microphone right now which one it is.
He's
but
never played Zelda. It's fine.
I don't think he likes Zelda at all.
Yeah,
I think he just
hates it.
hates it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shadow Link for me. Since I was a kid, I thought Shadow Link was awesome. It was a cool encounter.
Yeah.
What's your was this fourth one here? What's your fourth one?
I'm going with Legion from Castlevania, who
okay.
also known in Symphony of the Night as Granfaloon, which is a more fun name. Legion is the giant ball of bodies.
Oh yeah.
And I always thought that was really cool. Like as a boss fight, it's kind of lame. It just kind of falls apart as you hack at it. But just the idea of a giant floating ball of bodies, that's such a cool boss. And I
Gross.
am yeah, it is kind of gross, but it's also just a cool, neat idea. And and I'm all for something weird. Because when I was doing this list, I was thinking about all the horror games that I like, and there's all kinds of like thematically cool bosses in horror games. But
Mhm.
then I think about them, I'm like, no, I kind of hate that encounter. Um, and I was trying to think of something cool, and suddenly it occurred to me that I've always thought that Legion was just a cool looking boss.
Yeah.
Just this idea of this giant, just collect clump of it's kind of like a Katamari of like
Of
corpses.
corpses? It's the name of your new metal band that only covers Katamari music.
it's,
Katamari of Corpses.
No, it's Corpsamari.
Oh, okay. Right. You don't want to get sued.
Right, exactly.
Legally
Um,
distinct.
But and also normally Legion has a good reward. Like in the Aria of Souls games, you get the Legion Soul, which is just a giant ass laser. Which
Yeah.
lasers are also good in games. So I'm a big fan of both giant balls of corpses and lasers.
Yeah. Saturn, noted fan of giant balls of corpses.
Yep.
Useful in the upcoming skin wars. My what are we on? I'm on my last one.
Yeah.
My last one here is technically 2 boss fights, so I'm cheating.
Yeah.
But it is Vile Fight 1 and 2 in Mega Man X.
That's 2 phases of one boss. That counts.
But it's separated by a whole game.
Yeah, whatever.
So the first stage of Mega Man X has you encounter an unwinnable boss fight against Vile, during which X is incapacitated.
Yeah.
And unlike lots of other Force boss fights, you can survive for kind of a variable amount of time.
Mhm.
He'll eventually start firing his little incapacitating electric orb thing, but you can dodge it.
Yeah.
And I always swore going up that I saw my brother beat him, but I don't think you can.
Yeah, you know what? I always swore growing up that I had beaten him or saw someone who beat him.
Yeah.
And in recent years, I am certain that is not the case. So
I don't think
it's,
that's the case.
I think you can just get him down to pretty low HP.
Yeah.
Though maybe on the PC port it was possible due to a glitch or something. I don't know. But I also always swore that.
Eventually, you're caught, and Zero
Mhm.
shows up to save you and tell you that you're a weak little piece of shit, right?
Because you are.
And so then you go through the entire game, you get all your power-ups and your new armors and stuff and all that stuff. And then you encounter Vile again. In the second Vile fight, the tables are turned.
Yeah.
And Zero has been captured.
Mhm.
And the fight continues against Vile in his little mech suit until you're incapacitated again in the same way. And then Zero breaks out of his cage and sacrifices himself to save you by jumping on Vile's back and exploding. But all it does is destroy his mech suit. And then you finally have your one-on-one robot-to-robot fight with Vile.
Oh, yeah.
And it's emotionally devastating.
Draining.
A guy just sent a private message that said saddest video game moment ever. It was sad.
Yeah.
Because the game,
Devastating.
I don't know what it is. A lot of times when games introduce characters that are supposed to be the cool character,
Mhm.
it just ends up being lame. Zero was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I was just reading this morning that apparently Mega Man X was never all that popular in Japan, and they just did not
Really?
care for the series. That's why they redesigned Zero so drastically in the ZX games, was to try to appeal to Japan, because
Yeah.
they did not care for Zero as a character or X as a franchise. It was always a Western
man.
first thing.
Yeah. No, it was always very sad watching Zero die there, and
Right.
it just the whole hero's journey of you're saved by Zero, and then
Yeah.
you have to go all the way through, and then you eventually beat Vile. And in the PSP remake of Mega Man X, you get to play the whole game as Vile.
Yep.
It's really cool. Vile's awesome. It's a cool fight. It's an emotional fight. It's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
It tells a story. It's got everything. I laughed. I cried. I paid for the whole seat, but only used the edge. One of my absolute favorites. Also, Vile's really tough.
Yeah.
The actual Vile fight itself, really the third phase of it,
Right.
is a pretty tough fight.
Oh, yeah.
So.
The whole last last bit of Mega Man X is just brutal.
Oh, it's tough, man. It's real tough. What's your final one here?
I have to go with Kefka.
Oh, yeah.
From Final
Classic.
Fantasy VI, because he's
Yeah.
the Joker for video games.
The Joker was in some video games. I don't know if you're
No,
aware of this.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's correct. The Joker was from a TV show called Batman.
Oh, I see. I've heard
Played-
of this. It was only
played
on
by-
in the 60s.
Yeah, he was played by Cesar Romero. No, Kefka is basically the insane mad clown of video games, in much the same way the Joker is for comic books. It did take me off guard the first time I played the game back in the '90s with just how evil he gets, because when he's first introduced, he kind of feels like a comic relief joke character,
Right.
and it's not until you get to the events at Doma when you're like, oh, this guy's just a fucking mass murderer. This guy is dark. And it only gets darker from there, and so I've always appreciated that. I'm just a fan of the idea in fiction in general, not in video games, of bosses who get to canonically win at some point, and Kefka is one of those who just wins for a good chunk of time, and then there's a time lapse, and then you get to come back and try to take back the world from him after he's already basically destroyed it. I like that. I like that narrative structure.
I was already kind of spoiled on Kefka going into Final Fantasy VI, having played it so many years after the fact that
fair.
I missed the surprise turnaround of his character, the arc. I mean, didn't miss it, but I already knew it was going to happen.
Fair.
So that kind of it's also why I've also never really super thought Sephiroth was very awesome, because I already knew it ahead of time. You know, so it kind of takes some of the. There's some surprise moments for some of these characters, and taking that away makes them a little less memorable. But Kefka's fun.
Yeah.
I like villains that are just in stories, not even necessarily video games, but stories in general. Villains that are actually evil, like not anti-heroes, not all this other shit, like actually evil bastards.
Yeah, who
dare
don't
to do
secretly
evil
have
bastard
some,
shit.
Some reason behind all their madness. No,
I don't want to sympathize with you halfway through the story when I find out that such and such happened to your family or whatever. No. Evil bastard. That's what I like. Real, legitimate, like, I'm just an evil bastard and I'm just here to kill people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of villain I enjoy.
Yeah.
And he is that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is that. Also, even though he is an evil bastard, he's still funny. The localization does a great job of making sure he stays funny. Even in the last minutes when you're about to take him out, he says stupid shit, and I love that.
Yeah. Let's do some honorable mentions. I realize I put mine on your list.
Oh,
so let me I didn't realize it was separated by person.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and mention real quick. I could mention a bunch of different bosses from Final Fantasy XIV, but I want to mention real quick the one called Hunter of Bardom. It's from the Stormblood expansion pack, and as soon as you enter the boss arena in the middle of this dungeon, it disables your entire hotbar. You can use none of your attacks during the boss fight. And it's basically Simon Says the Boss, where it just presents mechanics to you and it's like, dodge this thing. And you dodge it, and then it gives you a little green check mark. And as soon as you get 3 green check marks, the boss just implodes on himself because you were too successful. And
like a regular Simon that implodes on itself.
Exactly. That's what Simons do. Also, people named Simon.
For people under 40, Simon was a memory game. It was a little toy that you could play with.
Simon Says itself predates Simon the toy for several centuries, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just a really neat little skill check boss of, did you learn how to avoid mechanics throughout your several hundred hours of playing this game so far?
No, I did not.
If not, then hopefully the rest of your team did, because only one person needs the 3 green check marks to succeed.
Yeah.
But it's neat. It's a neat boss.
Yeah. I was gonna put it on my list, but I saw it on yours. We have to talk about at least one Metal Gear Solid boss, which is Psycho Mantis.
Yes.
Psycho Mantis is it didn't make my list, and maybe it's the same reason it didn't make your list, because once the gimmick is over, the boss fight itself is
kind of
pretty
exactly.
It's not very interesting.
Yeah,
but
the
what
gimmick
it does
is what's great
exciting.
though.
Yeah. So Psycho Mantis will read your memory card.
Yes.
Comment on the games that you've played,
assuming they are from Konami.
Yeah, assuming it's a Konami game that
or
he has
Nintendo on GameCube.
And then he reads your mind, so what you have to do is plug your controller into the second controller port.
Right.
And then he cannot read your movements because you're now in the second controller port, which is a genius level move.
Right.
Extremely immersive, really interesting. Right up there with like putting the the codec on the back of the jewel case.
Yeah.
You know, like just cute, fun meta things like that are so fun.
Oh yeah.
But then the fight itself is just kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's kind
Yeah,
of
it's just
shooting
kinda-
a guy while he floats around.
Kind of dull.
I have to give a mention to Gary from Pokemon. It's not really Gary, but the rival character from every Pokemon game.
Also, that guy
Um,
Gary down the street, you like to beat
yeah,
on
that
him
guy Gary.
sometimes.
From Arby's. You know, the rival in all the Pokemon games, who's always, especially in the early ones, it's always, you know, the professor's grandson or whatever, and he's always just this like snot-nosed little shithead, little arrogant asshole. Like you run into a town, he's like, "Hey, what's up, loser? Let me kick your Pokemon's ass."
Yeah.
And in
And
later
also,
games,
Like,
Go
you
ahead.
defeat him multiple times throughout the game.
over
also,
and over,
And also, he is somehow the world Pokemon champion.
right before you get there. Yeah.
Right. Despite the fact
I-
that you have kicked his ass in thoroughly.
I do love the story of, I'm just going to call him Gary because in the cartoon his name's Gary, but I do love the story of Gary.
Yeah.
Of him, like, he's the chosen one. He's Professor Oak's grandson.
Mhm.
He's the gifted, talented child from the correct home. And he gets to be the Pokemon champion for literally 1 second before you come in and whoop his ass and
Yeah.
make him leave. And I can't imagine that his life went better after that. He probably turned to the drink and things were never
Yeah.
as good as they were in that 1 second of his youth, you know?
Started abusing his Pokemon.
Oh my God. What's another one from you? What's another honorable mention?
This isn't a boss so much as an encounter, but it kind of felt boss-like, is the ashtray maze from Control.
Okay.
So there's this area that's kind of hyped up a few times, that it's this area that only the director can go to and has been to within the oldest house, which is the area where the entire game takes place.
Mhm.
And when you finally get there, it's this like you can kind of get there early a few times, but you can't get anywhere in there until you
Yeah.
get past this ashtray. And once you get in there, it's this like maze of rooms that constantly shift and move around you while you're in them. And the only way that you can apparently stay sane or whatever to focus is to hear this hard rock metal ballad. And so it's playing this hard rock metal ballad the whole time you're in there that is also describing what you're doing as you're doing it, as you're moving from room to room. And it makes the whole experience just over the top and ridiculous and hyped up in the same way that a good boss fight is. And then as
Yeah.
soon as the music winds down, the whole thing just kind of like comes to an end and it's over and you just walk through to the next area. And it's really neat and cute. And it's one of those like, it definitely feels like one of those hyped up moments, like it should be a boss, but it isn't exactly a boss fight per se, so much as just a brief moment that happens in the game one time and then is over.
Yeah.
So,
kind of an end cap encounter.
Right. Yeah. So it has the same vibes, but isn't exactly a boss.
My last one here, and this I struggled if I wanted to do Dry Bowser or Cat Bowser
I loved Cat Bowser.
because they're both my favorite Bowser fights. I think Dry Bowser is just more out of character, more sinister, more kind
Yeah.
of weird and kind of less well remembered.
Yeah.
But the Cat Bowser fight running up that tower,
Mhm.
it's so fucking funny and
Yeah.
silly and great. 3D World was just a phenomenal
Such a good
game. And I really, really loved the Cat Bowser encounter.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Still one of my favorites. Still
Oh,
so
yeah.
cute and so fun. And 3D World was also the game with the fucking train, wasn't it? It was the Bowser train.
Was it?
Am I
think-
misremembering?
Suddenly I don't remember if that was, which was the one in Odyssey? That was the
that
car.
That was the car.
Okay, yeah. Then I think the train was 3D World then.
Yeah. Man, 3D World was just so good.
So good.
In general. Yeah, Cat Bowser was hilarious. I loved it. It was so cute, so fun. Also, probably my favorite Mario power up, the cat suit. It was great.
Oh yeah, that's great.
time.
My last honorable mention, also not quite a boss, because it's not from a game that can have bosses. It's from Dance Dance Revolution.
Mhm.
The song Paranoia, which is kind of the boss song because so the way that DDR works is you play 3 songs on your one
Uh-huh.
credit, assuming you don't fail out. But on the original DDR and its home conversion, if you succeeded in your first 2 songs, then additional songs get unlocked. And so there will be more songs available. And if you did well, I think you had to do well on all 3 songs, then it would let you play a 4th and Paranoia would be there. And it was just the hardest song with like 128 RPM beat, which is when you're physically having to move your body to play the game.
That's fast.
That fast is not pleasant or fun. And it was just an incredibly difficult song to play. So it kind of felt like the boss of DDR. And of course, since then, they've done much more difficult, much faster songs.
Sure.
But for that first game, that was always the song that, like, if you saw somebody at the arcade actually playing Paranoia and not, like, dead on the mat, it was worth stopping and being like, oh, shit, that guy can do Paranoia over there.
Yeah.
So it was always a neat little encounter.
Yeah. Which brings us to final thoughts.
Yeah.
My final thought is I'm exhausted from 4 episodes of Cold Steel.
I did want to mention, if you're more interested in the mechanics and logistics of boss fights and how they work and what they do, there's some channels on YouTube, Adam Millard as well as Design Doc, that have done several very in-depth series about what makes a good boss and how boss design works and how boss design should be structured and everything. So if you're interested, go look at that. We're just here to talk and have fun.
Yeah, we're just here to talk about cool shit and make fun of Arby's.
Yeah, and Skin Wars. You know, I bet Arby's is where you'd want to be for the Skin Wars. They got all those slicers.
God damn it. Did I tell you about the time I went to Arby's with my wife?
No.
So we don't eat fast food, but Courtney has a soft spot for Arby's chicken bacon ranch.
Okay.
And I know I told this is just bonus for the end of the episode, I guess.
Sure.
We had gone on a hike. It was the longest, most brutal hike we'd ever been on. We were exhausted. And for people that don't hike, you burn like insane amounts of calories when you hike. So you'll hike, and then afterward, it's because, like, you go, run for 30 minutes or whatever, and you burn like 400 calories. But for whatever reason, like hiking a few miles, it really drains you a lot. I don't know what the difference is. So she's like, I got 1,000 calories to burn. I want a chicken bacon ranch. We go to this Arby's in this armpit ass town, and I'm looking in through the window, and we can see their slicer, and it's got like shit all over it. It looks like someone sliced a dog turd on it. There's like brown and black bits all over it. And she orders her chicken bacon ranch, and I go, they're gonna slice it on that slicer. And she's like, no, they're not. That thing's like out of commission or something.
Oh
like
God.
someone like puked on it or something. And I'm like, nah, they're gonna use it. And we see the guy like walking over with the hunk of like homogenized chicken. And he walks right up with the fucking slicer and slaps that fucking thing right on it.
Oh, it's so gross.
It starts, as soon as he slapped it on, we're both in the car like, no! But he gave it to her, and she was so fucking hungry. She's like, I'm gonna eat this. I can't. I can't. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna die.
And you're just standing there with 2 handfuls of roast beef. Like, do it.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/Retro Warriors. You can get Talking Wizards. You can get uncut versions of the show. You can get other stuff. It's good.
Just imagine what uncut of this is like. When we haven't made it to the slicer yet.
We want to thank the following patrons for their kind donations, starting with Marlo221.
Are all the patrons that made this episode possible? I just saw what they were doing there.
Hamburglar's Conjugal Visit.
Nico.
Nick Mellon.
Day 136 of waiting for a Fire Emblem episode. You're going to keep waiting.
A very angry donation.
Mr. Snub from someplace far away. Yes, that'll do.
Rich Kennedy.
Idiot man titties. God damn it.
I can't tell if it's idiot man's titties or idiot man titties.
Both.
Like the man titties of an idiot?
Maybe.
Or is it
idiot
man
titties
and he has
are
these
man
titties? I can't tell.
I don't know.
I can't. It's impossible to know.
No one could know. This is far too sophisticated for our programming.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. And as always, let us cling together.